used in public control. Also looked at the ways of controlling for situational variables. Normalization of the variables, holding them constant, manipulating them and spreading them systematically, doing them in the experiment itself. Then we looked at the experimental design, the existing experimental design, one group, we did design. As a way of controlling for the extraneous variables we talked about. So this is design, they have their strengths and weaknesses in controlling for those situational compounding variables. For example, this design, it has a number of weaknesses which we have to deal with, but very often the researchers end up using such a design because of the situation they experience when implementing their research. What are some of the weaknesses of this design? By the way, if you design an experiment in this way, how are you going to test whether the treatment you implement is positive? How do you treat it? whether the children will get the devil. Because God tries to do something, He's going to go back.
Before doing the actual experiment, you said to the best experiment before doing the actual. Then, when you find that it's done,
actually, all what we are saying is there. We just need to go from there. What should be done? Okay, then? So you answer this question. And if you are listening to us, you will put it in. How do you assess in that desire? Whether the treatment is having an impact on you?
Whether the treatment is having an effect on the drainage variable.
Simple. Why 2 minus why 1 is the difference, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's totally. And if y2 is different from y1, then one would assume that difference is being caused by of course, she wanted to explain. Now she was trying to explain in the language. She needs to say. Is it making sense?
Yes.
But, according to what we discussed last time, in terms of the compounding variables, this can create a number of functionalities. Let's assume that this experiment you are conducting is related to a new teaching technique you have introduced in class, and you want to assess whether the new teaching technique is making students perform better than the regular teaching. Now here you have only one class. You don't have to class because there is only one group, right? But what we have done is that before introducing the new teaching technique, you administer a test within the students to know their level of performance. And that test you have administered is Y1. Okay? Then you teach them using the new teaching technique, which is X. And at the end of the teaching, you administer another test to see their performance. And your argument is, if their performance after training them is greater than their performance before training them, then the teaching technique is having impact. That's the idea. But what experience variables are like a program? No? If yes.
I see that when we were issuing the test, some students already maybe going to do a class, so they might conform When they say because of the new techniques that we use, this is the already existing now that the most cases already have.
And especially the fact that the exam, the test exam, I introduced concepts in this exam which the students didn't know. When they come out of this exam, what are they going to do? They are going to sit right there, ask other people, what is this? You know, I've failed this exam because they asked about this, I don't know that. They asked about that, and they will start getting knowledge from that. So, their increased performance at that time may not be only a result of that, but this plus their own initiative. Because you have created some unfair administration. So the return would actually become a conforming lesson. Similarly, while in the course of teaching them, some students go to the library, read books, and they discover some of the things in the library. Some students have friends from another school where in that school maybe they discover the more material and they start saying, we have read this, we have read that. These students are getting more knowledge. Even if you have not introduced the treatment here, you have been getting some knowledge. And you have no way of assessing that knowledge they are getting from the process of normal maturity. So there are many confounding variables which create a weakness on this design. But there are very often situations where people end up doing this kind of design for not having the opportunity to manipulate some of the things. In such a situation, you have to acknowledge the weaknesses of your fire. Patience. This is another design which is very often now let's go back to the same question I asked earlier on. How you were doing this experiment, how will you assess that the treatment have an effect on the defendant? Now, how would you assess whether the treatment is causing a difference in the defendant there? Yeah? Yes? you have to handle that. But how can you do it? How will you assess whether the treatment is going to change in this given area? Not going to change. Why do you say so?
The experimental program is the same as
What happened? You see how it is. Yeah. You don't know. Oh, you're thinking that. If you are thinking that, it's very. Because I don't agree with that. So to tell you why you are doing it. Yes. Oh, yes. Yes.
This will be improved if the three questions, while we are trying to define what we have to do to get using the experiment. It means that we are going to work with different, so that the research, the experiment is going to be given an effect, not necessarily because we are using it, but because other variables will get questions rather than what we do without anything. So if it will be multiplied, it will be amplified, it will be, alright, I should go for that.
You assess the difference by Y2E minus Y2C. That's what it is trying to say. Because in this argument, we have in this control group, so there's nothing happening. In this experimental group, there is a treatment. So you expect the group which has received the treatment to perform differently from the group which has not received the treatment. The Buddhist you don't understand this side there. This side is a lot of process. Means the dependent variable. X means the treatment. C means control. E experimental group. S subject. R randomization. Random assignment. M matched subject assignment. So this is like just if you look at it, as I was saying here, you are measuring the dependent variable here, you are also measuring it here, you are implementing the system there. Okay? We have created two. We have an experimental group, we have a control group. In the experimental group, you give them a treatment, they go to the control group, you don't give them anything. So you check their performance. Yes.
I have a question.
Eh,
Since E means experimental difference T control group,
yes.
and then we look at the experimental group, the treatment is being applied,
Yeah.
which is not in Y2, right?
Yeah.
And then the E, there's no treatment applied,
Yeah.
which results in Y2 again. Could it mean that the treatment applied in the control group was affected by extraneous variables before and
Now, the way you have read it, you should not read it like that. Why true here just means that we are testing the dependent variable time true. And we are testing the dependent variable again as time true. So why true it doesn't mean that things are equal. But that's a measure which is being done at that time. Have I answered your question?
Are you still about the question?
Yes.
So does that mean that the treatment is not great?
No. This white true is not necessarily equal to this. I'm just showing that you are measuring at that point. You are also measuring at that point. Yeah.
So, like the formula is trying to tell us the meaning of things.
It's not a formula.
Yeah,
Things are just simple.
it's like the equation, more like an equation.
Yes. Actually, you could have written it in that's Y2 if you my simple variable compute. Maybe I should have put that like that. So that this is Y2 for E. This is Y2 for control. But your aim is to test whether Y2E minus Y2C is not equal to 0. That's the whole aim that you have from a design like that. Okay? This is also because you told me. I'm throwing you off again.
It's not, okay, when it's not equal to 0, that simply means there's no change.
It means there is a difference.
There is. When it's equal to 0,
There is no difference. If Y2E minus Y2C is equal to 0, it means that there is a. Okay? If Y2E was 4 and Y2C was 4, then the Y2E minus Y2C is equal to 0. But if Y2E was 6 and Y2C was 3, then Y2E minus Y2C is there anyone who is too close? Anyone who is too close? Where am I too close? We are together.
yes.
Right. So that would be the way to assess whether this is having an effect at that time. the design itself has challenges. One challenge is that at the time you were assigning one group to the principal and the other group control. You did not measure whether there is any difference between them. It could be that this group is the group of students who are very high performing, and this group is made up of less performance. Now, if you give them a treatment and they perform much higher here, is that performance a result of the treatment or a result of their initial difference? You see how that design has differences? I will see the difference. Wakana vijana zetu hapa tutekera mzee yeye katika kumfanya performance yake kwa sana kwa hawajapenda performance ila less performance. So ngadapo kwa sababu nilipata muda kuzisha ile kuti kwa sababu nilipata kuzisha kwa kabla kufanya vijana so that can get a problem in your interpretation of class. Okay? As the major witness. Also, in the course of implementing this experiment, if this group, apart from the treatment, they were also experiencing other things differently from this group, you can't explain it all. For example, if it is a teaching technique and one group is in a classroom next to the car park, and every time a vehicle comes making noise, the other group is away from the car park where they are not being disturbed. Will their performance be equal? Would it? Those would be situational differences during the experiment. And you can't explain both. So when you are designing your experiment, you need to think about those in advance to see how we are going to control them. So another way of trying to deal with those weaknesses is changing the design element. Now, we need to remember also what should be done in that. You are speaking random assignment by our professor. We have introduced random assignment at this point, so that any difference between this group and that group is purely by chance. Okay? And if it is chance differences, that is why we have statistical techniques to deal with the chance differences. So, those differences can be corrected by our statistical analysis. In other way, you can argue that by randomly assigning candidates to these two groups, you have maybe the control equal to the experimental group, statistically. And still, your assessment of whether the treatment is causing an effect will be by subtracting Y2E and Y2E. But you have control for with existing distributions. The only thing you may not have control for in this design is at the point you are administering the treatment, there are also other situations that will be created. One class in the noisy room, the other class in the quiet room, one class in the data space, the other class in the more data lighted place, one class being taught by a different teacher, the other class being taught by another teacher, and the teachers differ in their skills. All those can create situations. So when you are designing an experiment like that, you have to be careful. Using too much of examples in education, but this design can be done in any situation. Business people argue to say, if I introduce this small enterprise businesses, they will help people to increase their income. So you have a group where no businesses are introduced, a group where businesses are introduced. But the choice of the people who should be given some businesses is done by random assignment. And at the end, you want to say whether the income level of this group is higher than the income level of this group. But once you're doing that, this sort of gender, and you decided to introduce some interventions in the area, and those interventions taking this exactly. Because of those interventions, you need more money. Their income. So that can be useful. That's the time. Any questions? Now, because there is possibility that although you are giving them the treatment at that point, there will be other things happening which can confirm your result. You can decide to introduce another. Okay, if I say that. Random assignment can actually be replaced by another type of assignment. If you as the researcher feel very strongly that random assignment alone is not going to be enough. I already know some of the differences among my subjects. And there are some subjects which are stronger in certain differences than others. For example, in a business situation, you know that some of your subjects are involved in certain stages of businesses, like your data, for example. And in their building activities, you can actually see that some of them are getting more income than others. then before you assign this group, you actually pair them. The ones who are making more income, let me list them according to their performance in income. So number 1, high income, 2, 3, 4, 5, according to the lowest income. So, before you assign them, you match number 1 and number 2. Because these are close together, like you are saying that these are performing equally in terms of making income. 2, 3, and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8, you match it. And after matching those pairs, then you take each pair and assign random 1 to the experimental, 2 to the control. You take the pair of 3 and 4, 4 experimental, 3 control, 5 and 6, 5 control, 6 experimental, 7 and 8, 7 experimental by random. Maybe for each pair you give them pieces of paper, 4 here, 1 and 2. And we repeat by random. The 1 picks, 2 goes to control. 1 goes to experiment. Or 1 goes to control, 2 goes to experiment. By random. That is what we refer to as randomized matching. Okay? And in this design, just like in the one you use the randomized assignment, you can also argue that these 2 groups are equal. Because you use the randomization, but in addition to randomization, you match them according to their performance. So in terms of the weaknesses, in terms of the interpretation of the results, it will not be different from the design stages before. But those weaknesses, if there are any other factors occurring as we are implementing the treatment here, those can cause problems. Then we can come up with a design like that. Solomon 3. And what have we done in this design? We are following the symbols. How can you slide? Anyone distribution, there are so many things you can use to describe that design. One characteristic of that design there are 3 groups. It's a 3-group design. And in those 3 groups, one is an experimental group. But there are 2 control groups. And in the 2 control groups, one control group is not receiving a treatment. But the other control group, although it is a control group, it is treatment. In this design, the experimental group and the test control group have been given a test, right? You want to test it? Y1. It's well done. And say, various of the treatments and the medical and then let's see the regular rate without the new one. Why one? Will be a baseline target. We will divide the group into 3 groups, and we will test 2 groups. We will administer the baseline target to assess what level of income we have. Okay? This one, you know that we you introduce an intervention to increase their income in the experimental group. And you also introduce the same intervention in the control group too. Why do you want to do that? You want to assess. There are actually 2 points of assessment here for you to see whether the treatment has an effect. If Y2E is different from Y1E, that will tell you that the treatment has an effect. But again, if Y2E is different from Y2C1, that will also be telling you that X has an effect. Similarly, if Y2C1 is different from Y2C2, it will be telling you that it's not a difference. But this one has the being compounded like Y1. Because Y1 is causing people to perform differently. You might find that Y2C1 and Y2C2 are not different. Whilst the X is causing a difference here, Y is causing a difference here. Okay? So that can be a source of confusion. If Y2E is different from Y2C2, why is that different?
We might assume that we test the E group and the X, and an equal to the X2.
Yes. This is different from that. This group has received the same treatment as that one. But the difference is Y1 here is there. That would be the cause for the difference. Okay? In terms of equalizing the groups, the randomization made these groups be equal. You would also have used the match assignment. liberalize this process. So pre-existing differences may not be an issue. But situational differences, you assume that if Y1 is causing a difference, it is a situational difference. In the course of experiment, you have created this difference. That can be tested for by C2, where there is no Y1. If there are other differences occurring in this situation, those can be tested for by differences here or differences there, because this one and that one have received the same treatment, and if there are other treatments, there will be nothing from the both two groups. So you can assess situational differences by introducing this group. Okay? You can make it even stronger by having that kind of reply. What have we done now? So, form design, what are they? How does the form design group? Scope group, three control, and the one experimental. That design actually controls for the existing differences very well because of the errors, but it also helps you to control for situational differences much better than the other designs we have talked about. Because they have actually given two experiments on one. If you take the other, if you take C2 and C3, you can easily argue to say Y1 is causing a difference. That Y1 is not affecting C2 and C3 because there is no Y1 involved. Now, there is a difference between C2, YC2 and the YC3, then for sure it is X causing that difference. If you find a difference between Y2E and the C2 Y2C, then Y1 is causing a difference. Similarly, if you find a difference between Y2C1 and Y2C3, that difference is caused by Y1, the detect. But the effect of X can be tested between Y2E and the Y2C1 in the same way you can test it from Y2C2, Y2C3. Are we able to see what? Okay. So, when we are doing quantitative research, experimental research, when we are talking about research design, We are talking about the differences in the design from the first design. Here we are talking about the seventh design. Don't just say I will use an experimental design. No, there was one type of experiment that is going to do. Sometimes you can use the factorial design, where in factorial design, instead of having one treatment, you may have several treatments. These factorial designs are actually very common in social sciences. When you are testing the behavior of people, at any one point in time, people's behavior is affected by things. Let's say, for example, you're looking at the issue of motivation. At any one point in time, the person might be motivated to do something as a result of several things. The teaching I'm doing here can be getting, it's obviously getting motivation in new people. But as I said there, that motivation is not just for what I'm talking about. There are other factors. Temperature. They are also influenced. Sometimes the sort of gestures I make to you may be influencing you differently. Some people like to see somebody nodding the head. Some people like to see somebody shaking the arm. So, there are many things that can influence your behavior at any one point in time. And for you to assess the factors that influence your achievements, teaching alone may not be the issue. I'm here